Hi, I'm Leigh Briscoe-Dwyer. I am the System Director of Pharmacy for UHS Hospitals in Johnson City, New York. I received my bachelor's degree in pharmacy from Albany College of Pharmacy, and then I worked for several years, and then I went back and got my PharmD from St. John's University. And I didn't do a residency, but I did become board certified immediately after I finished my PharmD program. I was raised by parents who were volunteer paramedics. And so I was around medicine and pharmacy, and I tell people that I could do CPR and put in an airway before I could drive because that's what my parents did. And so I was very interested in pursuing a career in medicine. And then during that search, I actually found pharmacy school and thought that perhaps I would go to pharmacy school on my way to medical school because it would be a good primer and would give me a good background. But then I went to pharmacy school and I realized that that was my calling and that's what I'm supposed to do. So a typical day for me is, there's really no such thing. So I'm in pharmacy administration. So I have a schedule with scheduled meetings. And in between those scheduled meetings, I put out the fires that come up during the day. I have a great administrative team that I work with. And so oftentimes we'll have a huddle in the morning to kind of start the day, to figure out, who's going where and who's doing what. My system has a safety huddle every morning. So for 15 minutes, we discuss everything that happened from a safety aspect during the last 24 hours. So whether it's patients or employees and visitors. So we get a good picture of what the last 24 hours was like. And then we just set off on our day and, see what happens. And a lot of it really is not able to plan much because of the fact that you really do have to be very, very flexible, very nimble, because you have to respond as things happen. And so, you can have a schedule, but it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily follow the schedule during the day. But we do a lot of work creating the vision for the future of our system. So we have hospitals, we have retail stores, we have a specialty pharmacy, we have an infusion center. And so we're really looking to, I don't really get involved with the day-to-day management of that, but it's really, what are we going to look like in 3 years and 5 years? And what do I need to start preparing for today to make sure that we're on track and that we're staying ahead of everything that we need to stay ahead of so that we don't miss an opportunity. I think the favorite part of my job is being able to represent the profession. So to be able to inspire students to pursue a career in pharmacy, or to work with some of my staff or my residents to really give them some motivation to pursue something that's bigger than they thought that they were going to do. So I always challenge people to say that, if your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. So I really try to do some career counseling and, figure out what it is that people love to do, and then find a place for them so that they can do what they love and get paid for it, which is really the perfect job. So if you're considering a career in pharmacy, I say go for it. Pharmacy is really and truly, honestly, the best thing that ever happened to me. So going to pharmacy school opened up the entire world for me. I grew up in a very small town in upstate New York. I graduated with 28 people in my graduating class. And so being able to go to pharmacy school and be exposed to so many people and saying yes to opportunities. So, there didn't used to be as many choices in pharmacy when I was graduating. So there was a limited number of choices. And now you can be a pharmacist and practice almost anywhere. So explore your opportunities, say yes when they're presented. But it is, in all honesty, the most fulfilling thing in being a pharmacist. And regardless of where I work and who I work for, when someone says, "What do you do?" I always say I'm a pharmacist.